Brothers and sisters, today we will see Genesis 37 to 39. Genesis 37 tells the story of Joseph and his dreams. Joseph was one of Jacob's 12 sons and was his father's favorite. This favoritism caused jealousy among Joseph's brothers. Joseph had two dreams in which he saw himself in a position of authority, with his brothers bowing down to him. When Joseph shared these dreams with his brothers, they became even more envious and resented him. One day, Jacob sent Joseph to check on his brothers who were tending to their flocks. When they saw Joseph approaching, they conspired to kill him. However, one of the brothers, Reuben, suggested throwing Joseph into a pit instead, with the intention of rescuing him later. While Joseph was in the pit, a group of traders passed by, and his brothers decided to sell him as a slave to them. They took Joseph's coat, dipped it in animal blood, and showed it to their father, making him believe that Joseph had been killed by a wild animal. Joseph was taken to Egypt and sold as a slave to Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh. Despite his difficult circumstances, God was with Joseph, and he prospered in Potiphar's household. Genesis 37 sets the stage for Joseph's journey, highlighting themes of jealousy, betrayal, and God's presence in difficult times. Genesis 38 tells the story of Judah and his sons. Judah married a Canaanite woman named Shua, and they had 3 sons, Onan, and Shelah. Judah found a wife named Tamar for his first son, However, was wicked in the eyes of the Lord, so God took his life. According to the custom of the time, Judah asked his second son, Onan, to marry Tamar and raise children in his brother's name. But Onan refused and spilled his seed on the ground, displeasing God, who also took his life. Judah was afraid to give his youngest son, Shelah, to Tamar, fearing that he might die too. So he sent her back to her father's house, promising that Shelah would marry her when he grew older. However, Judah did not keep his promise. Years later, Tamar heard that Judah was going to a nearby town, so she disguised herself as a prostitute and waited for him on the way. Judah approached her and had relations with her, not knowing that it was Tamar. Tamar became pregnant, and when Judah found out, he planned to have her punished. But when Tamar revealed that she was carrying his child, Judah admitted that he was the father. In the end, Judah acknowledged his mistake and praised Tamar for her righteousness. Tamar gave birth to twin boys, Perez and Zerah. Genesis 38 shows the importance of fulfilling obligations and acting with integrity. It also demonstrates that God can work through unexpected circumstances to fulfill his purposes. Genesis 39 tells the story of Joseph's time in Egypt as a slave in the household of Potiphar. Despite being sold into slavery by his brothers, Joseph remained faithful to God and found favor in Potiphar's eyes. Potiphar noticed that everything Joseph did prospered, so he put Joseph in charge of his household. Joseph worked diligently and was entrusted with the management of Potiphar's affairs. However, Potiphar's wife began to desire Joseph and tried to seduce him. Joseph refused her advances, saying it would be a sin against God and a betrayal of his master's trust. Despite his rejection, Potiphar's wife falsely accused Joseph of trying to assault her. As a result, Joseph was thrown into prison. Yet, even in prison, God showed him kindness. The prison warden put Joseph in charge of the other prisoners, and everything he did was successful. Genesis 39 teaches us about the importance of integrity and remaining faithful to God even in challenging circumstances. Joseph's story demonstrates that even when we face unjust situations, God can still bless us and use us for his purposes. Dear brothers and sisters, we will continue the next chapters in the next video. Till then, stay blessed. Amen. Kindly subscribe and share. Thank you.